Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm a lightworker and a mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and Akashic record reader and energy healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned and what I'm going to learn and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello. Today was my kids' first day of school, and I'm really excited about this year. I think it's going to be a great year. I have a really good feeling about it. But for first, I'm going to pull a card. This is from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And as I am shuffling them, my intention is for you listening right now. What do you need to hear? What do you need to know? What guidance can this deck give you? And a card popped out, and it's Elder, Healing Through the Lineage. All right, so this is on page 37. And the message is, your ancestor guides gather around you at this time. Great healing is unfolding and carving a newfound freedom for your lineage. And the About section for this card is, the First Nations people of Australia are the oldest tribal people still living on the planet. Their historic hunter-gatherer culture and ancient spirituality are rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. This card is in honor of them as sacred earth protectors and the living embodiment of tradition. The extended message. The Elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical, therefore he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. The freedom you claim is healing that lovingly supports your entire family constellation. And you know what? I forgot to do my protection connection ritual before this call. So I'm going to do that now, and I will walk you through it with me. So first, I just take a breath. I close my eyes. I usually put my hands on my heart. And then I call my higher self in. So I imagine my higher self coming down through my crown and coming and fully being present in my body. And then I visualize my crown opening and source coming through my crown. Brilliant, bright white light coming through my crown and infusing my body all the way down to my feet and going out into the earth. And then I picture the energy of the earth, Gaia, coming up out of the earth and surrounding me. I can almost feel that there's like leaves blowing in her wind as she's swirling around me. And she is not just around me, but she's sinking into me. She's keeping me grounded. She's protecting me. She is balancing me from the energies of the source. And then I call my guardian angels to come forward. I visualize them around me. I see the energy, their golden, loving light shining from their heart onto me. And it's filling up this bubble that surrounds me. And is keeping me protected and safe and allowing the energy and the information that is for my highest good and for the highest good of others to come through. And then I imagine a mirrored ball around all of us. And only energy that is for my highest good and for the highest good of others is allowed to come through. Only unconditional love. Only what's for my highest good. I take a deep breath, and then I am ready. So now I'm ready to read into the card and see what I see. Let me see. I feel like this card is linking the past, the present, and the future. It is showing the line connecting all of it. How it's all the same, but it's all different. And it's all got these threads of truth and these threads of information that it's like similar energy that is woven through all it feels like different realities, because the past, the present, the future. And it is because when you feel into the energies, because they weave through them all, when you tap into the one, you can tap into all of them. So leaning by going into the past to feel that energy, we can take that feeling, that knowledge, that embodiment, and feel where it is in the present. And because we have experienced it, we're familiar with it. When it happens in the future, we know how to navigate it. So whether it be a good or a bad energy, we can recognize it and know what to do. And it's not about necessarily having it be exactly the same, or having the exact same circumstances or the exact same stage of events. It's feeling that energy. It feels like the certain energies, it evokes the same similar actions, feelings, thoughts. And so when we are familiar with the energies, we can see, we can anticipate how we are going to think or feel, or what other people are going to think and feel, because that's what that energy most likely has a tendency to do when you're not aware of it. It feels like it's one of those things that subconscious, that in the background, when you feel it, you do it. But when you are aware of it, when you know that it's there and you can see it, it doesn't have that influence on you. It is only when you don't see it. So because we are looking into the past and into ourselves right now, and we can see that energy flowing through, that when we move forward, when we recognize it, we know how to respond in a way that is more true to us. So we can utilize it and bring out more of what we want, or we can avoid it. We can work around it and not use it. So we have more choice. That's where the freedom actually comes from, is not letting all the energies influence us. It's allowing them to be, and we can maneuver and dance around them without being fully influenced by them. It feels like that's the wider perspective, right? Like when you step out of just reacting and being able to see it all, it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just the way it is, and you choose what you want to make out of it. It's like you're the chef, and you're taking bits and pieces of here and creating what you want, and you're not just, people aren't just throwing carrots at you and whatnot. You can go into the kitchen and grab what you need without just reacting to what's being thrown. Let me see if there's anything else. So how can what's a tool? What's a trick? What's something practical that we could do to help recognize the energy when we look into the past? What are we looking for or feeling for to help us navigate this? Let me see. emotions. That's the easiest thing to do. So when we are looking into the past for our ancestors or past events or our own past, feeling into, that's letting our emotions guide the way. So when we're learning about it, when we're remembering, when we are almost experiencing them again, what are you feeling? Making note of those feelings, not pushing them down, disregarding them. We are honoring them. This is something that is true for us. And letting that sit in you so that you can almost like filter it out so you can see what is on underneath. So it feels like the emotions are kind of like the cream that's risen to the top, and you have to wait and kind of filter down and see what is at the root of it. And after you sit with it, then it feels like there's it's like a deeper emotion. It's not necessarily, it doesn't feel like it's a reactive emotion. It's more of a feeling or a sensation, a deep knowing. This I can feel it in my heart, or for this situation, but I feel like you could feel it in different parts of your body. Or it could be a heaviness, or like an uplifting, tingly, exciting feeling, or like it feels like there's physical weight to it. And noticing if it feels more uplifting or more heavy or more dragging you down, and seeing where it fits in your body, and noticing when it comes up later on. Or I feel like this would be a good journaling thing of like once you have that physical sensation in your body, asking your journal, what else? What other moments in your life or other parts of your ancestral line or past lives have had this same through line, has had this same thread, and seeing what comes up. Because I feel like we don't just experience these things just once, and most of the time they usually pop up multiple times. So then once we can find the through line, and then you can kind of build the picture out of how it has bubbled to the surface. What was the cream? What was the emotion? What was the reaction that you felt or experienced during that time for all these other emotions, and seeing how that one thread can manifest in different ways. And that's more of like doing the research of knowing what is possible. So in the future, when we do have that feeling, that emotion, that sensation in your body again, you can see, oh, so this is how I reacted in the past. This is how I'm feeling right now. And taking a step back to see if this is something you want to continue, or if this is something that you want to change, and making the conscious decision. And also you can notice how this energy affects other people, and then you can witness them without the judgment or the negative feelings that you can give to other people when they're acting in a way that you either don't approve of or that hurts you. So it's more of an objective, they're experiencing their own thing, and it's separate from you because it's all due to that thread line, that energy. Let's see if there's anything else. I feel like that's the main message for this. Yeah, I feel like with the full moon we had last week, and then this is it's a good reminder that we need to keep working on this stuff. And when we do have a harder time processing or letting go, especially during the full moon when it's time to let go, it can be due to these energy threads. And to look at them a little deeper, more closely, more objectively, so that it's easier to release next time, that when this energy comes back around. we can dig them up and try to pull them out ourselves, but when we work with the natural rhythm of when they naturally want to come forward, it's easier, less energy to then remove them instead of digging down to remove them. So sometimes waiting for the opportune time is very helpful. And yeah, you know what? I kind of feel like that's kind of it for this episode. Just a card read. Nothing else is really coming up. Let me see. And just be very gentle. Be gentle with yourself. It's not easy to do this. It can cause, or it's not comfortable. I should say it's not comfortable to do the kind of work where you have to like sit with any emotions that might feel bad and feel them fully, because we still want to just push them away and just focus on something good and ignore that. Sitting with it is so important. It's so important. But it's in order to do that, though, you need to feel safe. So you need to have the structures around you, the support around you, either bring in your angels or have a support system, or go into this feeling safe so that it doesn't re-trigger it. It doesn't make it more, or you don't get pulled into that thread when you can look at it objectively. Okay, so thank you so much for listening, and I'm going back to doing it every week, so you'll hear me again next Thursday. If you want to connect with me, please send me a message. I would love to hear from you. I'm on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, and my website, spruceenergyhealing.com is my website, and through all my other social medias, it's Spruce Energy Healing. And if you would like to book a session with me, I have a few different sessions. I have the soul reading and healing session where I go into your Akashic records, I go into your energy, and we receive messages that you need to hear right now. We do energy healings that I am guided to do, or if you have specific questions or specific issues, we pull on those threads and dive into those issues. For the business empowerment and expansion session, it is very similar to the soul reading and healing session, but it is geared towards your business. So we're focusing on the energy of you and your business and how it works together, but I am utilizing the Akashic records and the energy of both the business and you to see how it all works together. And then there's also the intuition development session, which is geared towards helping your intuition expand. So we are diving into what are your gifts, what your soul's wanting you to work on right now, and if there's any blocks or any sort of issues that might be limiting your intuition, how we can help them grow, how we can let them just bloom. And it's coming at the end of the month, on the 25th, I believe, I am having a masterclass. It is about past lives. I channeled this actually a couple months ago. I got this inkling that I needed to do a masterclass, and I asked in the Akashic Records what needs to come through, and I got this masterclass. I just typed, and this was what was born. So it goes over how our past lives and current lives are, how they work together, what the images and how the explanations came to me of how it is situated and how they interact with each other, how they affect each other, and how it parallels with our spirit guides and how they have, it's a similar structure, but it's a little bit different, and same with like angels and all the masters and how it all works together. And then I also had a download of of a visualization, a meditation of how you can go and access your past lives. So this is a bit of a bypass from the Akashic Records. It's not going through the records, but it is tapping into some of that information. And you don't need to have special training, but it is a good idea to have had some experience tapping into your yourself, your soul. If you've done any sort of meditation, or if you've been working on your intuition, it's going to be easier to believe and receive the information. If not, it's still a great meditation to do and continue to do, because that will help build your intuition, and it's going to make it so that you can receive this information. So it's open to everybody. You don't have to have experience. But if you do, the meditation part, you might get more information, but it's fine if you don't. There's no pressure. It's something that you can rewatch afterwards, you can re-listen to afterwards, and get those skills and have the chance to go into your past lives. And then during this meditation, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of an energy healing to support going into your energy. And I really hope that you join me, because I would love to experience your energy and go on this beautiful adventure of past lives together. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I look forward to next week's episode.